Hi y'all, this is Barbie Bromberg. I'm just sending in my little video for Manny. I'm standing at my piano that I brought here in the early 80s and from Pennsylvania. And I think I met Manny around 87 or so. And he told me all about my piano and how to treat it and never to give it away. And we had a fabulous friendship, even though it was just this hour and a half every year. I just loved him. He was so much fun. We had a lot of political disagreements and agreements sometimes. We had great conversations, philosophical conversations. He talked so much about his family and how much he loved you all. And always when you were achieving these great successes, I loved it. I loved it. And he was a very proud papa and husband. And then we always ended our tuning time with Imagine. And I just sat there and swooned while he played it, and it was like so awesome. And then at the end of his life, I came up to be with my piano, and I felt his presence, and I knew he had been very sick. And I said, Manny, I said, are you here in this world? Where are you? Are you okay? And I just got this chill. And then shortly after, I heard from Phyllis that he had passed. But he was such a great guy. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. We're all so blessed to have had him in our lives. And so with that, I wish you all the very best. I can't wait to see you and really meet you in person, especially you, Phyllis, because I feel like I know you so well. So be well, and I'll see you soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
My name is Mike Vasallo, and I was a customer, but really more of a friend at Manny's. He would tune my late wife's piano, and we would spend a lot of the time talking about food, and that's no surprise since we both enjoyed eating and we're both Italian. I found that Manny, over the years and getting to know him, was just a genuinely good person, a guy that would just be so honest and upfront with you about life and in general things that were going on in the country, and just enjoyed being around him. He's just a good person. I know that his friends and his family miss him, and I miss him, and rest in peace, Manny, and thank you for your friendship.
My name is Bonnie Marshall, and I consider myself a very lucky person because I had the privilege of knowing the best ever piano tuner, Manny LOIACONO. I know. I always said the name wrong. I think it was before it was an Americanized, but Manny never corrected me. He always had that funny little smile on his face. But he tuned my grand piano for at least 20 years. And I loved that he was so passionate about his gift. And he was truly amazing. Although he was a busy man, he had an uncanny way of making me feel like I was the only client he had that day. And he made me feel very special and important. And I just hope that I can pay that forward in Manny style. I pray many blessings upon the LOIACONO family, and I thank you for letting me be part of this reflection.
Hi, my name is Betty Piper. Manny tuned my piano for about 25 years, but he was actually tuning my life. He taught me these things: smile, play your piano a lot, it will stay strong, and so will you. Tell stories and love stories. Have the finest instrument you can and share it. Don't ever drop things in your piano. especially pencils, jewelry, or fried chicken. Write songs with your wife. Teach your kids what you love. Go to your kids' basketball games. Deposit your check on the way home. Vote. Wear a hat. There's this article that was in the Atlanta Journal about Manny and how he loved to cook. And my favorite part of the article is the interviewer asked what was the favorite thing in his kitchen. And he said, the big table that sits 12 people. And I think that's Manny. He was all about people and people being friends together. Love you, Manny. Miss you so much. Bye.
Hi, my name is Karen Wright, and I've been a customer of Manny's for probably 30 years. When we moved here from Southern California with our beautiful old upright grand, I needed to find a piano tuner. Here's my beautiful old piano. What I learned from Manny is a little bit about the history. It's a Beckwith. It was built before the turn of the century. And because of that, it has to be tuned to itself because concert pitch was lower then than it is now. The thing I loved about working with Manny was that he understood the instrument, he respected it, and he knew how to take care of her. And I love this piano. But probably the thing that I loved most about Manny's visits was that when he walked into my house, New York walked in. I lived for most of my life and was raised right outside of New York City. And I miss it. I miss the accents. I miss the moxie of the people that lived there. And when Manny walked into my house once a year, I was home again. And I loved every moment of my interaction with him. So Manny, I loved having you come to see me for so many reasons. And it has been an honor and a privilege to design and make your prayer quilt. God bless you. God bless Phyllis, Vito, Rachel, Manny Jr., and your grandchildren. Take care.
I'm Cheryl Morris, and I'm a longtime customer of Manny's. He first came to our home to tune my pre-war 1942 Baldwin Baby Grand when we first moved to Alpharetta, Georgia in the late 1980s. I'm thinking that I got a recommendation from our church choir director at Alpharetta Methodist, Brandon Roberts. And Brandon told me that Manny was the best. He knew how particular I was about my first baby and how I wanted only the very best to tune her. Needless to say that after our first meeting, I knew that my baby grand was in excellent hands and that Manny came religiously each year to help keep her in tune. I loved his visits. He would come in, he'd get right to work, and I would go off and do house things listening to him perform his magic. I knew that he was through when he would start to play a song. After he finished, he would apprise me of her condition and what I needed to do to keep her in good form. We always had a nice visit talking about current events and our political convictions. We were on the same page, so we had a lot to discuss. Although our paths only crossed once a year, I felt we had a wonderful friend that came to visit us and just happened to stay and tune our piano. I will miss his wonderful, happy outlook on life, and I thank God that he certainly blessed my life by just being Manny.
My name is Margaret Slusher. My husband and I became acquainted with Manny when he and his family lived in the Kingston Square neighborhood. His smile radiated and warmed all of us here. Although he was known for his piano tuning abilities, Manny was more than a tuner. He was a highly skilled musician and technician to whom I entrusted the care of my piano. Following each piano maintenance session, Manny would sit down and play a beautiful concert for us. God had truly given him a gift of music. In addition, Manny was proficient in building relationships. He always took time to talk with us, share some of the wonderful stories of the people that he had encountered along the way. Our lives were truly enriched by his.
Hi, I'm Linda Morgan. I first met Manny about 1980 when he started tuning my piano here at home. This is where I'm sitting, right by my piano, and the pianos in the churches where I was the music director. We always chatted before he got down to business, you know, recipes, the restaurants that serve the best Italian food, religion, politics, what my church choir was singing, what the ASO chorus was singing, what trips I had been on. And I would hear stories about his days in New York and that there are a lot of cheaply made pianos out there. He had a great laugh and a gentle way about him. All my dogs looked forward to his piano tuning visits. Manny was also a spiritual man. When he tuned in the churches, he would always kneel before the altar to say a prayer. You were a great person and a friend, Manny. I will miss our discussions, and I know that all the pianos in heaven are now tuned by ear.
I'd like to make a toast to my good friend Manny. Manny, for years you came to my home and tuned my piano. I enjoyed the whole process. I enjoyed listening to you tune one key to perfection, and then two notes, and then a chord, and then octaves, until you made your way up and down the piano and always finished with God Bless America. I thought you did that for every customer, but I found out that that's not always the case. At least you know your audience. Manny, you always shared something personal with me, either a thought or about you growing up in New York or a story about your family. And I always appreciated it. You always seemed like you cared. I enjoyed all the stories, and especially learning that in the unlikely event that a gunfight broke out during one of your tunings, Manny was ready because he was carrying. Anyway, Manny, I miss you already. Here's to you. God bless you.
Hello, I'm Pam Farmer. Manny tuned my piano for well over 20 years. When he came, we would talk about the state of the world, things that were going on and things that we didn't think were right. And we had opinions as to what we both, thought would make it better. But one day he came and I had a smoke alarm that needed a battery changed, and I was afraid to go any further up the ladder. And I asked Manny if he would do it for me, and I felt like it was reluctantly, but he did.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Brown, and I would like to say a few words about Manny. He did such a great job taking care of my piano. I think he started tuning for me maybe in 1989 or 1990. He was a pleasure to work with, and every time I see an Atlanta Braves cap, I think of him. Blessings to you all.
Thank you for keeping my pianos in such great shape for over 40 years. And thank you for passing your heritage to Manny Jr., who can continue that great care. You did it right, my friend.
Hello, my name is Linda Manley. Thank you, Manny, for taking care of my precious 1912 Steinway Grand. You kept it up when I didn't think anybody else could, and I trusted you so much. We'll miss you.
Hi, my name is Karen, and I'm sorry I could not be with the family today. Manny used to tune my piano for 20-some-odd years, and now Manny Jr. tunes my piano. And we had great conversations when he used to come annually, talking about all kinds of things, our past and boats and music. We will miss Manny, and I wish the family the very best.
Hey, Mr. Manny. we are in some crazy times, and if you were here right now, you probably would not like them very much. As you can see, I have to wear one of these stupid things all the time now. We miss you a lot. I miss your comedy, your parody. I miss it all. So I hope your family is doing well, and I hope we can all get through this together. Take care. Bye-bye.